Hello everyone! Welcome to the video today. Thank you for tuning in. So the message that is on my heart and mind to share today is how to help you when you feel overwhelmed. I have had an overwhelming response from my members and from my friends that a lot of the time the thing that keeps them out of the kitchen and out of feeling the life and energy through their body, whoa, hello bee. Speaking of being, right? What keeps them from that is the lack of motivation or feeling too overwhelmed that there's too many things to do in regards to having a whole and healthy kitchen or living a whole and healthy lifestyle. And so I wanted to help break it down. So first and foremost, it starts with awareness. Like when you check into yourself and you notice that you're feeling scattered or overwhelmed or feeling like you don't have motivation, maybe lazy, whatever it is that you feel, try and put a label on it for yourself to begin with, because you start to then see, maybe I don't want to feel this way. And as you literally take notice of how you're feeling, I want you to stop and literally just take a moment to find your breath, to center yourself, and to maybe take a listen as to what thoughts are going on in your mind. Because a big, huge part here of Whole and Healthy Kitchen is realizing that a kitchen is not just the space where we cook, but it's an inner domain. And we want to occupy that inner domain with feelings of encouragement and inspiration and motivation and joy and love to want to be in the kitchen. And so what is required of this shift is a mind shift. So first and foremost, it's awareness, and then telling yourself to stop, and then becoming aware of the thoughts that are in your mind. And maybe you can break it down through a few questions. Maybe you can ask yourself, okay, well, what is one thing that I can do right now to contribute to my goal of Whole and Healthy Kitchen? One thing. Perhaps you write it down. Perhaps you just think about it. Perhaps you say it out loud. Perhaps you tell a partner or a friend, or speak it to your child, and just let yourself become aware of what that one thing is. And allow yourself to go and tackle that one thing. I know for me, my one thing is always to prepare ahead of time. And so what that means for me is to think about what I'm going to do for the next day. So a way I help myself to not be overwhelmed is at night, as I'm finalizing my last few things, picking up the last few shirts off the floor, closing off the last few lights, I go into my kitchen, I have a notebook, and I ask myself, what is in my cupboards? And what do I want to make for food tomorrow? And I literally write down what we're gonna have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What this does is it helps to take the planning out of my head for the next day, and instead I just allow myself to be inspired the next day with whatever it is that I decided to cook. That's a huge one to help me to not feel overwhelmed when it comes to the moment of the day where you've got to make this food and everybody's starving. Another one would be to definitely stop that train of thought, notice how you're feeling, and literally find the time to take a moment of stillness. Like, you need to reflect into yourself to ask yourself why you want to do Whole and Healthy to begin with. Like, why would you want to do this? Like, why do you want to have a whole and healthy kitchen? Why do you want to live a whole and healthy life? And I think the biggest thing that we can do here is start to contemplate the outcomes of what whole and healthy living would be. Okay, so if you decide to live a whole and healthy life, what that means is you're wanting to embrace a holistic lifestyle. That means a whole way of thinking, a whole way of being, a whole way of eating. And that is where that term of overwhelmed comes in, because you think there's so many things that you have to do. But then if we remember that every single day is a choice point, and every single day is our power to decide what we want to do, then we can break it down and just do one thing at a time, one step at a time, one focus at a time. And perhaps for you, it starts with the things that you want to get rid of in your cupboards that are no longer serving you. Maybe for you, it means including things into your cupboards and into your fridge that you don't quite have yet. Perhaps maybe it is for you taking a moment of rest and contemplation and meditation so that you can center yourself and find that space in your mind to actually know what you're doing. And then once you decide on the one thing that works for you to contribute to a whole and healthy kitchen, do that. Just do it, and you will find this sense of upliftment, and it's like, okay, I got this, I can do this. And you go, okay, what's the next thing, and what's the next thing, and what's the next thing, and you let it unfold naturally and organically from there. So if anything, I hope that this is helpful to know that a whole and healthy kitchen first starts within, and you don't have to think that you have to have your kitchen and your cupboards and your everything stocked with what you would think in your head is whole and healthy. Instead, you just start with one meal at a time, one ingredient at a time, and you could move forward from there. And so I also wanted to say on this idea of having a whole and healthy kitchen. I feel there's going to be a lot more videos from me coming out of my own kitchen. I feel like I have been telling myself that overwhelmed, fearful voice that tells me that I need a bigger and better kitchen before I showcase it to everybody else. But what I am realizing is that yes, I have learned that my kitchen is my domain inside my heart center. And the reason why I'm able to be happy and to live in purpose and to make amazing, delicious, and whole and nutritious food is because I've learned to love myself, and I've learned that caring for me and caring for my family is where my joy is, and that I could develop skills and talents that allow me to express that love in the most genuine and honest way. And so I feel like my food and my attitude and my life reflects the choices that I've made, and I feel like the actual form of the kitchen, and I was even saying this weekend with my friend Rebecca that the food part is like the last phase of manifestation. And so for me, I'm not here to put out a pretty picture, I'm not here to make a pretty Instagram page, I'm here to inspire whole and healthy living in the minds and the hearts and the souls of people who want this and who are ready for this, and we will help each other step by step no matter where you are. And right now my kitchen isn't the dream kitchen that I've always wanted, but I need to be where I am right now if I'm to ask you to be where you are right now. And so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm overcoming, getting out of the comfort zone of my normal teachings through the A Course in Miracles, and I'm also willing now to learn how it is that I can best implement those A Course in Miracles principles into this act of food making and service, because ultimately that's how I see Whole and Healthy Kitchen, as an extension of the healing that I've had in my mind around food. And if A Course in Miracles is a tool for mind training that I have embodied and I love and I see it working in my everyday life, I want that for everybody else. So my intent and my goal here is to make it as practical and as useful for you as possible. And so I'm looking forward to that. So just know I'm here to help you, and I'm here to help you to connect with your own inner guide, and temporarily I will be your external guide, and together we can help ourselves to live the greatest life possible for us and for those around us. And I'm really grateful and excited. So with that being said, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening and taking these 7+ minutes to hear whatever came forward today. And please reach out to me. Reach out to me on my website, wholeandhealthykitchen.com. Email me at brittany@wholeandhealthykitchen.com. And I'm going to be getting together the community aspect of the back end this week. And so our community is going to continue to evolve and grow and get connected and focus on powerful, important questions that can unlock what needs to be unlocked in our mind, so that we truly can live the greatest life and have the greatest whole and healthy kitchen possible from the inside out. So from my heart to yours, thank you. Bye-bye.